Welcome to my next Lost. Season 1 episode review video, detailed review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important, if you aren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Lost, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And in case you were all wondering, I have seen Lost already 3 times. I'm taking my time watching it this time to let it resonate more instead of binging through it. But I'm not the only one that's watching Lost. The legendary Crazy Coffee Man, who of course that you'll see in the comment section, is also watching Lost for the first time. So join us on the journey and let's discuss the show in the comment section. With all that said, this will be Lost Season 1, Episode 15. The title of this episode is called Homecoming. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. So we start with Charlie sleeping and he hears commotion. Locke returns with Claire. Is she alive? Charlie says. Jack tells everyone to back off, give her some air. Claire wakes up and doesn't recognize anyone. Who are you people? She screams. Claire, much calmer, tells Charlie and Jack, I don't remember any of you. Last thing she remembers was getting on the plane almost a month ago. Jin asks Sun what's going on and Sun says, I don't know, something about the woman. Boone wants to know where Claire came from, as him and Locke were pretty deep in the jungle. Charlie gave Claire her diary back to help her remember, said Ethan took him away too when he took her. Ethan's the bad guy. Claire says she won't be sleeping, and Charlie says finally he'll have someone to stay up with. And then we have another Charlie flashback. Charlie and his friend Tommy are scoping out the female scenery, and Charlie tells some females he's a man of high moral standing, as You Are Everybody plays in the background. His friend Tommy put that on the jukebox. Sayid tells Jack, Locke, and Charlie, we are supposed to believe that Claire's escaped from Ethan. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Locke asks about the chances of Claire's memory returning, and Jack says, I don't know. Charlie talks to Jin about only taking care of himself and his wife. He thinks that's the good way to do it. Jin hears something and has been knocked out as somebody threw something at him. It's Ethan. And he tells Charlie he wants her back. I want you to bring her back. What did you do to her? He'll keep killing every day until he brings Claire back, and will kill him last to see, let him see all his new friends die. Not necessarily sure everybody's his friend, but acquaintances at least. Charlie has told Jack and Locke this information. Locke says running into the jungle isn't going to get the job done. Jack wants to tell everyone, and Locke suggests he should only tell a select few. Jack wants to hear John's plan, that if he's got some plan. Now Jin is awake, and Sun is cleaning up his bruise/wound. Claire tells Charlie no one will talk to her, and then we're back to a Charlie flashback. He went to one of the females' houses, which her name is Lucy, for tea, sex, or both. Lucy suggests that Charlie meet her father and her family. Her father is a man of good and decent wealth. Kate catches up with Jack as he's sharpening his knife. Locke told her what happened. Kate wants Jack to hand out the guns. He says he's not putting a gun into an untrained hand, and Jack assures Charlie that nothing's going to happen to Claire. Back to the Charlie flashback. Charlie has dinner with Lucy and her father. Says his band is on a hiatus as Liam has been with his daughter, and it's actually been a year since they've been together, since Liam was on the drugs, and then Charlie saw the drugs. Anyway, he says Drive Shaft might be dead. Charlie tells Tommy he took a job selling copiers. He tells Tommy he doesn't think Liam is coming back and he has to think about his future. Boone and the elders are on watch duty, and he's trying not to fall asleep. He does pass out and then finds Vincent, or should I say Vincent finds him. And then Saeed, Locke, and Boone, as they're attending, well, as Saeed and Locke are attending to Boone, they hear a scream, and a random background character has been killed. And the person that killed him, or the group that killed him, came from the water, or the ocean. Steve drew the short straws, says Sawyer says, and Hurley says, dude, that was Scott. So they have a ceremony for Scott. Claire asks Shannon why everyone is staring at her, and she tells Claire what's been happening. And then Claire confronts Charlie about lying to her. She tells him that she can take care of herself. Lucy, back to the flashback, has brought Charlie a suit, has bought him a suit, and tells Charlie to say something impressive. He talks about a copier anywhere, anytime. She tells Charlie that she believes in him. And not many people believe in Charlie. Charlie steals a flask or cigarette case. It looks like a flask to me, but I'm seeing things that it's called a cigarette case, so I don't know. But Charlie takes it, and then Lucy gives Charlie the briefcase. She's going to take him to work. Jack's worried about what will happen after midnight tonight, and Jack tells Locke, what if we had a way to get the advantage back? And then Jack shows Locke the suitcase with the guns and ammo in it that Kate had told him about, and then they found. Why, Doctor, you've been holding out on us. So Jack gives Locke a gun. We know Locke knows how to use it, and then the guys want to use Claire as bait, and she's down to do it to stop Ethan from hurting everyone else. Then we go back to the Charlie flashback. The copier isn't showing its speed, and Charlie is freaking out, having kind of a panic attack, and eventually he pukes on the copier part. Back to the current time, Locke tells Jack, Charlie's right, we have 4 guns. We should have 4 men. And then Jack gives Sawyer a gun. Jack gives Sawyer a gun. And then Sawyer gives Kate a gun. Hell, 5 guns are better than 4. Saeed goes over the plan with Claire. Remember, we want him alive. And then Claire's waiting for Ethan, and finally Ethan arrives as she's been watched by the 5 gun carriers. And then Jack tackles Ethan down. Jack and Ethan fight again. As remember, they fought, I don't remember how many episodes ago, but they were fighting before. And Locke says, hold your fire. Don't shoot. We want him alive. And then Ethan is surrounded. And then Sawyer says, winner by knockout. Nice one, Doc. And then Ethan is shot by Charlie multiple times, who had picked up Jack's gun. I believe it was Jack's gun, or did Charlie have his own gun? I don't know. But Ethan, we're presumed, is dead. We think Ethan's dead, at least. I don't know for sure. I don't remember, actually, to be honest with you. And Jack asks Charlie, why did you do it? And Charlie says he deserved to die. And then we go back to the Charlie flashback. Charlie tells Lucy he made a mistake. Charlie went to the hospital after puking, and the flask or cigarette case, whatever it was returned to the family, and she's not happy about that. He took the job because he wanted to take care of Lucy. Lucy tells Charlie that he'll never take care of anyone. And then back to present time, Claire tells Charlie that she remembers peanut butter. And Charlie's like, well, it was imaginary peanut butter. And then she says she's scared. She wants to trust him. Good night, Charlie. Good night, Claire. And that conversation ends this episode. So not the best episode of Lost. I find like we already had a Charlie flashback. Do we really need another one? Obviously, this show that's what happens in this show. Lots of flashbacks. So I'm going to give it a 6.9 out of 10. I'm actually kind of surprised that some of these scores are a lot lower than I anticipated. But I know the big episodes when they come. But characters of the episode. I mean, obviously Charlie, it's his episode, so he's definitely a big focal point. I think Lucy, for a character that we don't see a lot, for this episode, she was really good. And then the other standout characters, which is almost the whole cast practically, we have Jack, we have Locke, we have Claire, we have Saeed, we have Sawyer, and we have Ethan. Now, this is not the last that we see of Ethan, spoiler alert, but so good good all around, but not the most exciting episode. But maybe you'll disagree. I don't know. It's my opinion. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn if you're a fan of Lost, or I should say, if you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please don't forget to Hulk smash the like button. And remember, I cover a lot of stuff on this channel, so check out my playlist of all the stuff that I cover. I'm sure that there's something else that you'll like besides Lost. Share the video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Lost. What would you think of it? Interact with me and the legendary Crazy Coffee Man. What's your score of this episode, and who are your characters of the episode? What character made the biggest impact in this episode? Obviously Charlie, but is there somebody else that did a lot more? And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.